On June 4, 2025, President Donald Trump initiated a formal investigation focusing on actions taken by former President Joe Biden. The primary concerns, revolve around Mr. Biden's cognitive state during the latter part of his presidency. The investigation also scrutinizes the use of an Autopen for signing official documents. White House counsel David Warrington will lead this probe, and he will consult with Attorney General Pam Bondi. The goal here is to examine the circumstances surrounding key decisions made under the Biden administration. This move signals a significant effort to reevaluate aspects of the previous presidency. The investigation aims to address several serious questions. A key objective is to determine if individuals conspired to mislead the public, especially regarding Mr. Biden's mental fitness for office. Furthermore, the probe will look into whether any individuals unconstitutionally exercised presidential authorities, which honestly implies a concern that decisions may not have been made directly by Mr. Biden. Investigators will seek to uncover if presidential responsibilities were improperly delegated. The core of this part of the inquiry is about the integrity of presidential decision-making during that period. A significant focus of President Trump's order is the sheer volume of actions taken by Mr. Biden. The former president appointed over 200 federal judges during his term. Specifically, records indicate around 235 judicial appointments. Additionally, Mr. Biden issued thousands of acts of clemency, including commutations for 37 federal death row prisoners, which is a pretty notable set of decisions. The investigation will examine the context and propriety of these numerous appointments and clemency actions. The quantity itself has become a point of contention and scrutiny for the current administration. Beyond judicial appointments and pardons, the investigation will extend to a wide range of official documents. More than 1,000 presidential documents signed during Mr. Biden's term are slated for review, and some sources cite over 1,200 such documents. This review will not be limited to paperwork alone. Videos featuring Mr. Biden, public statements he made, and various memos signed during his final years in office will also be carefully examined. The objective is to find any indications of diminished capacity or undue influence in these official communications and actions. The use of the Autopen has become a central and highly contentious issue in this investigation. An Autopen is a device that can replicate a person's signature. Critics, including President Trump, allege that the Autopen was frequently used during Mr. Biden's term. They claim this was done to obscure Mr. Biden's alleged cognitive decline. President Trump has asserted, without presenting specific evidence, that the vast majority of Mr. Biden's executive actions were signed using this mechanical device. This claim fuels the narrative that Mr. Biden was not personally and directly involved in many of his official acts. The investigation will carefully scrutinize how the Autopen was utilized for various official decisions. This links directly to the previously mentioned judicial appointments, pardons, and the signing of numerous other documents. The probe is not just about whether an Autopen was used. It seeks to determine if the decision-making process itself was compromised. If the Autopen was used because Mr. Biden was allegedly unable to make or communicate his decisions, then the validity of those actions comes into question. The focus is on the integrity of the presidential authority behind the signatures. Concerns regarding Mr. Biden's memory and mental sharpness have significantly fueled the Autopen debate. These concerns are not entirely new, but have seen renewed public attention. Recently published books, such as Original Sin: President Biden's Decline, Its Cover-Up, and His Disastrous Choice to Run Again by journalists Jake Tapper and Alex Thompson, have brought these issues to the forefront. Such publications contribute to the perception that Mr. Biden's capabilities may have been diminishing, making the Autopen's use appear more suspicious to critics. Adding to these concerns, the Justice Department released full audio tapes in May 2025. These tapes were from Mr. Biden's 2023 interview with Special Counsel Robert Hur. Mr. Hur had been investigating Mr. Biden's handling of classified documents. In his February 2024 report, Mr. Hur described Mr. Biden as a sympathetic, well-meaning, elderly man with a poor memory. While a transcript had been previously released, the audio tapes reportedly highlighted instances of memory lapses more vividly. This release further intensified the public and political discussion about Mr. Biden's fitness during his final years in office. Former President Biden has responded forcefully to these allegations and the investigation. He issued a clear statement. Let me be clear, I made the decisions during my presidency. I made the decisions about the pardons, executive orders, legislation, and proclamations. He further characterized any suggestion that he did not make these decisions as ridiculous and false. Mr. Biden and his supporters view the investigation as a politically motivated maneuver by President Trump and congressional Republicans intended to distract from current issues. Mr. Biden's camp argues that the investigation is a diversionary tactic. They suggest it aims to shift public attention away from the legislative agenda of the Trump administration. According to Mr. Biden, this agenda includes cuts to essential programs like Medicaid. He also claims it involves measures that would raise costs for families, primarily to fund tax breaks for the wealthy. By framing the probe in this light, they portray it as a partisan effort to undermine his legacy and score political points, rather than a genuine search for truth or wrongdoing. Regarding the Autopen, legal experts and historical precedent offer significant context. The use of an Autopen for signing official documents is not a new or illicit practice. It is in fact a long-standing legal and routine procedure among U.S. presidents. This practice has been upheld by courts. A notable 2005 Justice Department memo, commissioned under President George W. Bush, confirmed its legality. The memo stated a president may direct a subordinate to affix his signature by Autopen, provided the decision to sign is genuinely the president's. Numerous past presidents have utilized the Autopen for official purposes. Presidents Lyndon B. Johnson and Barack Obama are known to have used it. Even President Trump himself acknowledged using the Autopen for what he termed unimportant papers during his own presidency. Legal scholars like Jay Wexler from Boston University affirm that Autopen use does not invalidate official actions. Howard Nielsen, a former Deputy Attorney General, emphasizes that the crucial element is the president's decision to sign, not the physical mechanics of how the signature is applied to the document. Furthermore, the Constitution places few limits on presidential clemency powers and does not mandate a pardon be physically signed by the president. The investigation ordered by President Trump is unfolding within a highly charged political atmosphere. Public reaction is largely split along partisan lines. House Republicans, including Representative James Comer of the House Oversight Committee, have been conducting their own inquiries into Mr. Biden's mental acuity and his administration's use of the Autopen. These parallel efforts suggest a coordinated focus on these issues. Right-wing groups, such as the Heritage Foundation's Oversight Project, have also actively promoted the Autopen issue, contributing to its prominence in conservative discourse. Recent developments have continued to fuel the debates surrounding Mr. Biden's final term. The release of the Robert Hur interview tapes and the publication of new books detailing alleged cognitive decline have kept the issue in the public eye. Adding another layer, the White House confirmed on June 3rd or 4th, 2025, that pardon attorney Ed Martin would be reviewing certain pardons issued by Mr. Biden. This review includes those granted to his family members and some other clemencies from his final days in office, raising further questions. This ongoing debate and the formal investigation carry significant implications for the country. They raise fundamental questions about transparency concerning a president's health and their capacity to execute the duties of the office. Such controversies can erode public trust in the institution of the presidency itself. The legitimacy of actions taken by a former administration can also be called into question, potentially leading to legal challenges or attempts to undo past decisions. The investigation, regardless of its findings, becomes a notable political event with lasting repercussions. Ultimately, this situation underscores the profound challenges of assessing a president's fitness for office, especially in an era of intense political polarization. The debate over Mr. Biden's cognitive state and the use of the Autopen highlights how such concerns can be amplified and utilized within political battles. It serves as a stark reminder of how questions about leadership capability can dominate national discourse, potentially influencing public perception, future elections, and the criteria by which future presidential candidates are evaluated by the electorate.